Welcome to another edition of SlaMMA. I'm Big Daddy Chris.
And I'm Heartbreaking Howie.
Today we're going to recap the fights that we went and saw last weekend at Ring of Fire 41 bragging rights.
Yep, it happened live from the First Bank Center in Broomfield, Colorado. So we'll go ahead and dive in. We had some undercard fights before we got to the main card.
Amateur undercard.
Amateur, yeah. So the first one pitted Kirk Pyatt against Chris Holcomb. In the first round, Pyatt just dominated fairly. That's just the best way to put it. In round two, Holcomb goes for the takedown, gains the mount, and wins by armbar. So what looked like a fight that was going to be Pyatt all the way, Holcomb came back and was able to secure the submission in round two at 1 minute and 9 seconds. It's a great fight to start the night.
All right, yeah, and the next fight we have going on was David Trenner versus Tito Solis. The first round was a lot of action going on. It was back and forth. Second round started out the same way as the first. It was back and forth. The first round ended with Solis being on top and ended the round with some clean punches.
Nice.
Third round, Trenner came out with a spinning back fist into a head kick, which was pretty awesome.
Nice combination.
Solis then walked through all that and kept coming forward, landing more and more punches. And the fight ended in the third round for Trenner. Ended the round with the rear naked choke. It was a unanimous decision. All three judges picked Solis for the victory. It was a good fight. Second fight was a great fight to go with that.
The third undercard fight, or the amateur fight, was Cody Mumma versus Adam Gonzalez. Mumma just initially falls to a huge right, and Gonzalez takes us back and chokes him out with a rear naked choke. So ended in 2 minutes and 30 seconds of round one by choke, and the winner was Adam Gonzalez.
That was a good fight. It was quick. These first round fights, there was a couple of them that ended pretty fast. The next fight we had Shannon Culpepper versus Lindsey Jones. The best way to put it, Culpepper dominated all 3 rounds. And that showed on the judges' scorecard. She won 30-20.
She landed a lot. I actually gave her kind of a nickname during the fight. I called her, Shannon Superwoman Punch Culpepper, because she kept nailing those.
Yeah,
and
she
actually opened up a cut above Lindsey Jones' eye.
Of them.
Yeah.
She had Jones bleeding pretty bad. So that was the end of the amateur fights that we had going on. Let's start this main card here.
Main card got kicked right off right away, fast, and in the first round again with Justin Gaethje taking on Kevin Croom. Croom just came out swinging, and Gage was able to get a takedown because of that. Croom attempted an armbar and got slammed for his trouble. So we like to call this the slam of the night, because as he was attempting that submission, Justin Gaethje just picked him up, slammed him right down to the canvas, and got the knockout at 1 minute and 1 second in round one. So it didn't last very long.
Shocked the crowd.
Very much, yeah.
It shocked me. It was an amazing knockout. Those are my favorite kind of knockouts. Or when someone's going for the submission, and then I guess a good way to put it is a rampage.
I was about to say that it was Rampage Pride all over again.
So the next fight we had Vinny Lopez versus Santana Martinez. The fight started with Lopez landing some good punches on Martinez. Martinez got a big takedown. Lopez got back up, and during that time was kneed in the balls, which the ref stopped the fight, make sure Lopez was okay. It looked like it hurt pretty good, because when the fight started back up, Lopez didn't look the same. Martinez rocked Lopez. Lopez fell, and he got on top and sunk in a guillotine. The fight ended in round one at the 2 minute and 1 second.
And the fact that any guy can come back after a net shot is pretty amazing. I'm usually routinely impressed when fighters come back from that, because even though they're wearing the cuffs, that doesn't feel good. So
yeah, it's one of those fights that I would like to see again. I think Lopez had a lot more to offer, it looked like at the beginning of the fight, but it took a lot out of him.
The next fight saw Brian Wood, who we actually interviewed. First of all, we'd like to give a quick shout out to Brian Wood and say thank you once again for that interview. It was very in-depth, answered all our questions with detail, not pulling any punches, answering them honestly, so we really appreciate that. It's probably our best interview to date. And Brian Wood took on Jared Mercado. The fight started with a big right missed by Wood, which led to Mercado taking him down, and the rest of the round, Mercado just controlled from the top. Round two was kind of a little bit of the same, and in round three, Wood kind of got some odd offense going on in there. He was not as quick to be taken down, but in the end, it was Mercado that was dominant. So the winner by split decision was Mercado, But to the judges, and well, actually, the judges actually scored a split decision. But to the crowd and the media section and everyone, it looked more one-sided than it was scored. So it's kind of shocking to hear that it was a split decision instead of a unanimous decision.
Yeah, his two wrestlers going at it, and Ricardo just showed he was better at wrestling. It was pretty much a wrestling match with a little bit of MMA mixed in.
Yeah.
And that Ricardo just showed how good he is. That's one of the future talents coming out of Colorado. Both of them are Ricardo, undefeated fighter. Next fight, we had Ryan Martinez, who we did an interview with as well, versus Brandon Endress. The fight was quick. Best way to put it is Ryan Martinez came in, landed some punches, got a big takedown, got on top, and got a standing guillotine finish, which almost looked like he was going to rip off Endress' head.
Yeah, I was just waiting for it.
Yeah, it looked like maybe pull it off. He'd hold it up to the crowd. Maybe throw it to a fan or something.
Mortal Kombat style.
Yes, anyways, he won the fight. Look for him in the future. He's going to do big things. Ryan Martinez, I think he's going to be in the UFC.
He might be the future of the heavyweight division of the UFC.
Yeah.
The next fight saw Jason Lee take on the winner of the Road to the Ring of Fire reality show that was shown in about 6 different countries, I think Sven Veen said in the promo video. So the winner of that contest was Bojan Velokovic. So coming into the fight, don't really know a whole lot about Velokovic other than he won all the fights on that show by submission. So in a way, you're kind of expecting him to go for that. Whereas in this fight, he hit a lot of punches and then a head kick to Lee. After that, Lee was kind of cautious, and Velokovic just dominated the whole fight. He came in, finished with a flurry, and the winner by knockout in round 1 by 139 minutes was Bojan Velokovic.
It was surprising. Lee is a big fan, has a big fan base in Colorado. If you've seen him fight, we actually seen him fight last year at Worlds Collide as well. He's got excellent stand-up. It looked like he went for a takedown after he was hurt a little bit. It just didn't go his way that night. He'll be back.
Yeah, he's come a long way. He's been around for about 2 years, and he's come a long way in that short amount of time.
I think he'll be back. He'll get back to his winning ways real quick.
Very much so. Next
fight after that, we had the co-main event, which is Tyler Toner versus J.R. Sims, which was, in my opinion, the fight of the night. The fight started, Toner was trying to throw some kicks, which was timed by Sims to where he, rocked Toner. Toner was on the ground. But once he got, his mind back going, got his brain back in him, I guess, he was active off his back going for submission after submission. And that first round was Sims completely on top. In the second round, Toner came out throwing some more kicks. The fight went back and forth. Toner landed some punches. Then next thing you know, he throws a kick. Sims lands another punch, and he falls down. Sims landed some elbows, which cut him really good. He had a mean cut over his eye right there. There was blood everywhere.
The doctor came in. It looked like they were going to stop the fight there for a minute.
Yeah, and after the second round there, right at the end not after the second round, there's 10 seconds left in that round. Sims slammed Toner right after he got back up again. In the last round, this was one of the most exciting rounds I've seen ever in any MMA fight.
Let alone this.
It started out with Sims coming out, landing some punches, and the next thing you know, he goes for a takedown, misses it. I think that's kind of where the fight turned because Toner landed a big knee, flying knee as a matter of fact, which was pretty awesome. Hurt Sims. Next thing you know, he throws a head kick, hurts him some more, lands some punches. In the flurry of punches after that, he got rocked. Toner got rocked by a punch Sims throws. Next thing you know, Toner wobbly. Sims goes in for the kill. Toner starts teeing off on him, and the ref stopped the fight where he hit him about, probably 8 to 10 times, clean shots. There could have been some controversy going on there because he was still standing and covering up, almost like a boxing defense, when you see him getting hit against the ropes, pretty much like that. Fight was stopped early, but anyways, Tyler Toner came out. I think he would have finished it. There was still a minute 30 seconds, 20 seconds left. I think that was, the beginning of the end for Sims. It was a great fight. Congratulations, Tyler Toner, for that victory. Thank you for doing the interview you did with us.
We look forward to hopefully seeing you at UFC 135 if you can get on that card.
Yes.
So the main event of the evening, there's a lot of hype behind this fight because Colorado's own Brandon Ruckus Thatch would have been defending his welterweight championship against Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Nujikoni, but Nujikoni showed up an hour late to the weigh-ins and then failed to make weight. So rather than sacrifice the main event altogether and have him try to lose that weight for the title fight, they came to kind of an agreement, and as a result, the title wasn't on the line. So the way I look at that is, for one, Thatch is feeling disrespected after that.
That's complete disrespect, not only to Thatch, but to Ring of Fire for bringing him in for a main event fight.
And like Thatch said in the post-fight interview, he's a professional. He makes the mark every single time. He takes it very seriously, and for the most part, everyone makes weight for these fights. So it kind of is inexcusable to not make weight. So with that in mind, the fight itself didn't last very long at all. Thatch came out right away, hurt Njokuani. Njokuani just curled up, and Thatch landed probably about 10 clean punches as the fight has stopped. There's a little bit of controversy with this one as well, because Chitty Chitty Bang Bang kind of stood up right away, and his corner was arguing. I almost thought there was going to be a brawl there between the sides.
That's just more disrespect on his part, coming out, storming out of the cage like that, leaving. You shouldn't do things like that. Everyone should have respect for each other. This is their jobs. He came out, disrespected Thatch. Thatch still showed the respect after the fight, but Njokuani just...
And in the mount that Thatch had on Njokuani, it would have gotten stopped. It might, even if it was a tad early.
Yeah, I think Njokuani felt the power of his punches right away, and he knew he was in... He knew what he was in dire straits. What he was in for there, 53 seconds into the fight, and the fight ended. That pretty much was the fight card. We'd like to thank Sven Beam for letting us be a part of the show.
Thank you very much.
Covering it.
We look forward to covering another Ring of Fire event in the future and any other event that we possibly can, because we want to get the news out for the masses on Colorado and nationwide MMA.
There's a couple things going on I want to bring up this weekend. Fight to Win Promotions has their grappling tournament this weekend, as well as Inked Out has a show in
Brush, Colorado. Kind of up by Nebraska,
We won't be attending that show. We really wanted to go out there and cover the show, but we won't be there. My daughter turns 10, so we'll be having a birthday party.
And we'll, of course, be watching UFC 134 Rio live on pay-per-view. And shortly after rolling up this show, we're going to be filming another episode talking about the main points of that show. So look forward to that.
Yep. So thanks, everybody, for watching today. Check us out on Facebook on SlaMMA TV.
Yep, SlaMMA.tv.
.tv. Keep an eye out for the website. It will be SlaMMA.tv, as well as check us out on Twitter. I am SpiderSilva99.
And I am Howie Mania.
Thanks for tuning in.
And we'll see you next time. SlaMMA.